Hey everyone, Lensmanoz here and welcome back to Manufactio. So I've done a lot of work in between episodes of Lag Central here. Built a few more of these presses and things like that, and I'll show you that in just a second. I feel there's not enough uses for tin in this pack. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I have a ton of tin ingots, like absolute ton. This is full. And that chest at the end is now full. I'm using them for ammunition only, it seems, or ammunition and the ducting. So, you know, I don't know, I'm using a fair bit of ducting. I'm going to have to replace a lot of this stuff soon, which we'll get to in a moment. With the pack update and the move to having impulse item ducts available, we'll be working on that in this episode. Perhaps once we unlock the new addition to the pack, which is the logistics pipes, maybe it uses a bit more tin, but at this point I'm kind of struggling with an overabundance of tin. So hopefully that'll come good eventually. Yeah, we are still, as I said, lag central here. We've got a lot of product moving around up on top of the belts here. I've turned off most of my inputs. There's only one trickling back in now to make sure I continue to get hardened stone. But for the moment, most of this is kind of stopped. Kind of not, but these ones over here are still producing. See if I can get through here without getting zapped. I just died again. Military is a bit over 1,000. We're not going to need tons of military though. I see items on the map, but no mobs over there. Looks like it's starting to get into winter again, so we're going to have snow soon. All the water is frozen. 260 purple science and 354 blue science. And I found the problem with the blue science, and the reason it wasn't working was when I connect all these pipes up, all the ducts back up to allow other things like this one here to allow the ammunition to get into this turret. I realized that didn't have a filter on it, so it was full of aluminium ingots, I think, because it originally just went straight from there to here and there was nothing else connected. So when I connected the rest of the lines up, this filled with whatever it felt like. So that had broken. So that's all fixed and working again. And really it's just now down to waiting for items to do their thing. Just see the amount of lag at the moment. Yeah, this is what happens when I build my base the way I do. So yeah, that's waiting on things. Let's jump up here, and I can't go through there without getting zapped. What are you waiting on? I'll walk around. It's fine, I'll walk around. Probably hardened stone. Actually, it'll be waiting on these guys here, which would be expecting hardened bricks, because I have not set up anything to make hardened bricks. You remember a few episodes back I had accidentally routed a bunch of hardened stone by the furnace systems, and they had ended up with about 5 or 6 stacks of them in that gold chest over them. So hopefully I'll get around to making something to make hardened stone, and I'd like it to be, where's my quest book? Wherever it is, the external heater. This guy. I mean, we could probably do it now and then just have a furnace and one of these guys. It's power hungry. So I'm not sure whether to do that or not. And how are we going with? We got 7,000 hardened stone, that's alright. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Let's go and check out the stuff that I've gotten underway, which is mostly out this side of the base. It's like something just ate a bullet. Let's out this side too. It's still dangerous out here. You get shot by things. Still touch wires and stuff. Alright, so you can see I've done an absolute ton of work out here. Just making sure none of our unfriendlies. Pretty sure I covered most of this area up. Don't see anything else except for the chickens. That's alright. Okay. So yeah, I've been exceptionally busy in between building all sorts of stuff. And I probably need to bring a filter out this side, one of these pollution filters, because I'll be generating a bit of waste. Right. So over here before we had... You see that just like spawn on top of there? I may need to get another one of those powered lanterns out here, because I don't think I have any out this far. I'll need to make one. So we had the electric engines being crafted, we had the item ducts being crafted, and we had fluid ducts being crafted. So what I've added on the end since the pack update is the ability to make impulse item ducts. Now I haven't set up all of this, and obviously I haven't set up the power to this either, so I'm going to need to go and get some connectors. And I'd like to run the ducting underneath. So impulse item ducts, duct. The impulse item duct requires glowstone, steel plates, and item ducts. Now steel plates and item ducts, easy. Glowstone, we have a little bit. But glowstone, I want to get into a Hellforge, I think it is, which can turn redstone into glowstone. But I haven't unlocked that yet. So Hellforge is here. It requires 175 of each. So this is something I want to do. The other side of things, I want to get into leadstone flux ducts. These guys are made from lubricant, lead plates, and redstone batteries. Lead plates is already done, lubricant's already done. It's coming from this system. And it runs down this pipe, because these all use lubricant. So lead plates, pretty sure I've already set that up. What did I use lead plates for? Unless I don't know. No, I've set it up in between maybe. But lead plates is set up over in my plate system. Look, I'm semi-protected here. I've got this thing up here. I should be alright. And it needs redstone batteries. Now, the redstone battery comes from sulfuric acid, iron plates, copper plates. Gives us a redstone battery. Sulfuric acid comes from a mixer with sulfur and pulverized iron. Sulfur comes from crushing lapis, nether quartz, or sulfur ore, which I can't get, because you can see there it's stage 5x's. That doesn't happen. You get it from a recycler, which I haven't hooked up this thing yet, so I've got to go and hook that into the system. Or you can get it from a chemical plant using water and gasoline. Now, with the oil process I had over here, you get 3 products out of the oil. You get gasoline, you get lubricant, and you get diesel. Now, I didn't have any use for diesel at the time, but I found that diesel can be converted, and you can see my 3 chemical plants over here. Oh, and here's the mixer. It's just a immersive engineering mixer. I have a problem where it overfills with iron and doesn't let any sulfur in. So that's something I need to work out a solution for. I really don't know if I can specify that I only want X amount in there. don't think that's a thing. So yeah, that's, I'm undecided how to fix that yet. So get out of this area. So the diesel coming out of this tank, you can see there's a little bit in the pipe there, goes in here. The diesel, mix it with water apparently, and we get an output of lubricant. Lubricant in a chemical plant with water gives us the output of gasoline. So I've got gasoline coming out here. It gets pumped over. Sorry, gasoline will come out. What am I? Yeah, gasoline. Oh boy. You, my friend. Gasoline. What did I use that for? This one here. Oh, I've lost what I'm doing here. Let's have a look. Sulfuric acid comes from here. What did I set up gasoline for? Gasoline was for something. Oh, that's the byproduct of giving me the byproduct of sulfur. So gasoline in here gives me sulfur. Sorry, got a little bit sidetracked on what I was doing. So gasoline and water produces sulfur. Don't worry about me. I've been doing so many things in between. I'm a little bit brain fuddled. So that gives us our output. Sulfur. Sulfur in here produces, and you can see it's producing now. It takes 5 sulfur and 1 iron, and it produces sulfuric acid. Bloop, bloop. And that pumps down into this pipe, and we'll go into here to make those batteries. So let's go and grab a couple of items. Let's run around. Those ducts will be beneficial to my longevity of life. Copper and what was the other one? Copper, iron plates, and I'm going to need lead plate, probably a steel plate. Yeah, you can have that. Okay, I don't need tin, but I do need a lead. Ooh, lag central. Whoa. Actually, did I? Might be easier for me to try and craft a lead plate, because I think that's a copper wire. Lead plates are here. I did use an advanced. Whoops. That's fine. I only need 1, but I just grabbed like 2 stacks. So lead plates are here, and unfortunately I used an advanced instead of. So there's 900 lead plates in there. But that's all right. Got plenty of lead. So yeah, lead setup. These 2 here will be used to make gold wire, which we will need in the future. So kind of out of room there for these. Let's see. So that's the input of these guys. I don't have the output of sulfur set up, but it would probably be beneficial. That's all right. It's fine. I've got production of sulfur. Okay, so we want to set up this one. So we want lead plates, and then the battery once we make them. Battery is just copper and iron and sulfuric acid. The impulse item duct will require glowstone, steel plates, and lubricant. So as I said, I do have a little bit of glowstone, but we do need to unlock that hell forge. So let's deal with one bit at a time, and hopefully I don't run out of time in the episode to do it. So I got a little bit of glowstone here. Kind of thought I had, yeah, there's a couple of stacks in here. So this will get placed somewhere, but for the moment, let's just try and set. Oop, you know what I didn't get? Didn't get it. Oh, I've got iron plates in my inventory. That's fine. I was going to say I didn't get an iron plate. Let's dodge cables, dodge minecarts. Do I have enough filters on me? Probably not. Got a few servos, a few filters. Alright. Let's... Oh, you know what I didn't bring was the power connectors? Goodness me. Alright, let's work on the ones that we can get running. So first things first would be the redstone battery. So that required the chemical, which is already in it. Already getting sulfuric acid. Let's try and get underneath here without getting zapped. Okay, we got our two inputs here and then our output there. All right. Filters, please. Because I'm going to go filter whitelist. Yep, so this is the battery, yes. Copper plate, iron plate. Cool. So you can be copper plate. You can be not filter. Well, I've only got a couple of hardened servos left. Yeesh. You can just be extract. And you whitelist iron plate. So in about 4 million years, we'll get enough in here to produce them. Hopefully that'll produce one. Are you making? You're making. All right. I want that one. Thank you. All right, so we've got a battery. Into this guy, let's dig down underneath it. And we need to do the same sort of setup. Gonna have an out. I'm gonna break that. Right, input whitelist battery. Input whitelist lead plate. May as well take them. And then we need to hook these guys up. Right. Reason I didn't want to, I suppose wouldn't matter if, oh, excuse me, wouldn't matter if I kicked them off. Come on. Extract that and put it over here. Please. I'm hoping this works. Oh boy. What else is it missing? Two plates and a battery, yeah? Bit of lubricant. Lubricant. I put a stack of plates in. That's used to. We have flux ducting. Yay! So I won't zap myself so much anymore. That'd be great. Cool. So this guy now, I could, I guess, attempt to hook things up over there with it, but for the moment, I'm going to tell this chest over here that I want it in here. Oh, the I really need those items to disappear. So I've only got a standard filter on this guy still. Means I can only have 3 items in here, so probably need to put a better filter on it, but I don't. Oh, let's see. We've got fluid duct. Yeah, I got one of them. Move those filters. I've got these. Got item ducts. Okay, let's do. Take that off. Put that on. These. Whitelist. Hardened servo, item duct, fluid duct, and leadstone flux duct. I will take one of my ducts, place it there. Actually, I probably want 2 stacks, and I'll use these guys. So let's just set that up like that, and hopefully, once all the automation kicks in, and things start transferring, I would have liked to have seen some copper plates traversing through here, but I understand it's got a long way to go, and we do tend to chew through a lot of copper plates because I'm using the copper plates for the wires as well. So there they are. Look, iron and copper plates. They are traversing. Things are going to be making themselves. We're going to get lots of batteries, and I do hope that that battery setup works. As I said, it didn't look like it wanted to pull it out of that item slot, but potentially that could just be that there was a lot of requests going along in the setup at the time. Oh, sorry about the lag. All right, let's grab that. Yeah, some of them and just a couple of them. And let's head back out here and we'll set up this last item for the impulse ducts. And then still got a couple of minutes left. I don't know if we're going to get zap. Don't know if we're going to get the Hellforge made, but we'll definitely get it unlocked. Yoink. Right, so all the way down the end here, impulse item duct. Let's do some digging. Oh, stone. I don't like exposing stone. Mobs spawn on stone. Alright, so this guy, we said the impulse duct requires lubricant. Yep, we got that. Glowstone and steel plates and... Okay, so we're going to need all 3. Because we need just regular filters. Whitelist glowstone. That'll be alright. We'll just turn that on. Whitelist steel plate. Oh, what am I doing? Whitelist steel plate. Duct. And whitelist item duct, right? And then, as I said, I need to cover these guys up. Okay. So, once we get items and a bit of power here, let's hook up the power. Once we get the items we require, we shall see impulse item ducts starting to craft themselves. Yoink. And we'll be able to replace a lot of the ducting in the base with the impulse ducts, which run a lot faster. Eventually, excuse me, as I mentioned before, We've got logistics pipes in here now, which are even faster again, but that requires another unlock. So if we go back to logistics, I need to go to this one, which needs advanced electronics 3, capacitors 2, and titanium aluminide. So this one, also was it capacitors 2, so that's power, so that's this guy, another 200, and then what was the other one? Titanium. So that's something we're doing through processing over here. We need this one here. So we need the arc furnace, titanium processing. But Hellforge, 175 of each. So these things are good. These will run for a little. You know what I could do? Have some glowstone. Was it this one with the duct? Because if I just throw a couple of items in here, I might be able to get an impulse duct. Yeah, so no, it's this one with the ducts. Sure, have that. Oh, we got ducts coming in. Whoops. Didn't need that many in there. They're already doing its thing. Does that mean? Are you processing? Because you had a steel plate. Oh no, I didn't put the steel plate in. Have a steel plate. Can you make me one? How many steel plates do you need? Item duct, steel plate, glowstone. Glowstone. Item duct. Ow. Ooh. We've got one. Dun da da da. I have an item duct. An impulse item duct. So these guys, obviously I'm now going to go and put this in this chest over here so it can auto-craft them slowly, but it will auto-craft them while I'm AFK or building other things, and end up putting them in this chest. Which means, as I said before, I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Getting items built to enable me to have lots of these. So, as I said before, I'm going to unlock the Hellforge. I think I got some in my inventory, don't I? I had some science on me. Yep, a little bit of that. I'm going to unlock this Hellforge. The Hellforge is an item that wraps around a nether portal. You can see here, it's just an input and an output, a controller and power, and then these items here, which I'm not 100% sure what they are, but I think this unlocks them, because you can see here we've got unfamiliar item. So I plan on hooking this guy up around our nether portal, which is, you know, just in behind these furnaces. And that way we can set up a process to make glowstone. And I think that's the main, is that the main use for a Hellforge? Steel rods into blaze rods, that's decent. Ender pearls into gas tiers, meh. This is the main one we want. Not really worried about iron to gold. Stone bricks to nether bricks, no. Cobble to netherrack, no. Again, I could, but copper to nether quartz. I don't know if there's a huge use for nether quartz in this pack. Rotten flesh to soul sand. So we may set up a couple. I don't know. I don't know if we can put one either side of a portal. Maybe. Nether quartz. Don't have heaps of uses for it. We're mainly using it to make my comparators. Don't really want lab blocks. I mean, I think there's a quest for it. The challenges one. I know there's one that needs nether quartz or something. I don't know. We'll get there. We will get there. So yep, I'm going to go and unlock that Hellforge, and I'm going to set one up for the redstone to glowstone just as a start. I'm going to grab that glowstone that I have in here out, and I might keep a couple. Keep a couple in there, and that way, yeah, look, I'll throw it in here. That'll get used. Same with that. I have a piece of cobble. You can see it's being pulled out already. Yep, I'll get that set up, and next episode we can go through the Hellforge running. Hopefully I'll have a few more ducts by then. My farm's obviously backed up again. Not the greatest setup. It's pretty naff if you ask me. Oh, yep, that's going to be a thing too, isn't it? The water's going to constantly freeze. So eventually we're going to end up with a farm with nothing on it. Unfortunate. Anyway, we'll deal with that, or I'll put a cover over the top of it somewhere. Maybe up above I'll build it into a building. I don't know. I have to revisit pollution soon, and I've got to make a couple more of these lanterns. But in the meantime, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm going to put some gold in those 2 presses over there because, as I said earlier, gold wire is a thing we're going to need for items that we don't know how to use yet. So I'm going to get this set up and processing. I could have done it through a metal press, which is wasteful. 2 gold, you get 2 gold wire, or you can set it up through here, and from 1 plate you get 2 gold wire, and obviously 1 plate comes from 1 ingot. So it's my opinion, a smarter move to set up the 2 machines. Even though I've got an abundance of items, I don't have a ton of gold. Gold is one that is a little bit less than others. So I'm only sitting at 4,000, plus whatever's in this chest, obviously. So if I can find a more efficient way with gold, then all the better. Take that. I love it. But yeah, in the meantime, that's the lead one. Thank you all for watching. This will be the gold one. As I said before, comments down below. I hope you're enjoying the series. And I'll see you next time. Bye now.